पाहि परमेश्वरी तुषार शिखरेश्वरी भावरागलयताळ ज्ञानविलोले भावरागलयताळ ज्ञानविलोले काश्मीरपुरवासिनी वीणा विनोदिनी जय देवी शारदे विद्या विशारदे विद्या बुद्धि प्रदे वरदे शुभदे जय देवी शारदे दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागरा रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागरा रामा दशमुख मर्दन रामा दैत्य कुलांतक रामा दशमुख मर्दन रामा दैत्य कुलांतक रामा लक्ष्मण सेवित रामा सीता वल्लभ रामा सीता वल्लभ रामा लक्ष्मण सेवित रामा सीता वल्लभ रामा सीता वल्लभ रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूपा रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूपा रामा सुंदर रूपा रामा सुंदर रूपा रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूपा रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूपा रामा सुंदर रूपा रामा सुंदर रूपा रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागरा रामा दया सागरा रामा दया सागरा रामा दया सागरा रामा श्री राम जय जय राम 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 राम humble prostration, stone and all present here. So from today onwards, we'll be taking up Sundara Kanda from Tulasi Ramayana. This canto is called Sundara. Sundara means what? Beautiful. this canto is the most beautiful canto. What is the most beautiful thing in this world? Happiness, isn't it? Because we all crave for happiness. So now, happiness also is of three types. What are they? The tamasic happiness, rajasic happiness, and then sattvic happiness. What is the example of tamasic happiness? Drinks, drugs. We don't deny that there is no happiness. No, there is happiness. But then it is tamasic. The joy born out of carelessness. The joy born out of procrastination. The joy born out of sleep. They are all called tamasic. Then higher than tamasic is rajasic happiness. What is the example of rajasic happiness? All the egoistic happiness is called rajasic happiness. Egoistic joys. The joy of revenge. When you take revenge, there is a joy. The joy of conquering. The joy of awards, rewards, recognition. So they are called as rajasic joys, rajasic happiness. The joy of sense pleasures. Then we have sattvic happiness. What is sattvic happiness? Can you give some example? Silence. Silence need not be happiness. There is a silence of graveyard also. In silence, whether you are unhappy or happy depends on your state of mind. If your thoughts are noble, then fine, there is happiness. But if the thoughts are all ignoble, it's possible. Silence can lead to varieties of things. If all the painful memories are brought in, then you can be miserable. So people try to escape silence through outer noise. So sattvic happiness is born out of noble emotions. When the thoughts are noble, then there is a joy. So among all noble emotions, which is the highest one, it is the emotion of devotion. So therefore, among sattvic happiness also, there is this highest one. And what is that? Devotion. The highest happiness is always subtle happiness. It is always more fulfilling. Compared to tamasic happiness, rajasic happiness is more fulfilling. Compared to rajasic happiness, sattvic happiness is more fulfilling. And among all happiness, it is this devotion which gives complete fulfillment. Right. This Sundara Kanda is filled with this emotion of devotion. And because it gives us the greatest joy, the joy of devotion, this canto is Sundara, beautiful. This canto is full of bhakta, bhakti and bhagavan. What is the nature of God? You will find in this. What is the nature of devotion? You will find in this canto. And what should be the nature of a devotee? We learn from this canto. So therefore, anyone who seeks to develop devotion study of Sundara Kanda is a must. This Sundara Kanda is also Sundar because everybody is happy in this Sundara Kanda. So this is a time when Sita Mata is kidnapped. So there was a time when there is grief everywhere. Bhagavan was crying, Sita Mata was crying, everybody was miserable. But then Sundara Kanda gives a ray of hope to everyone. At the end of this dark tunnel, they see this ray of light. So in this canto, there is a change of mood from sorrow to hope, from sorrow to joy. Hanumanji crosses Lanka and finds Sita Mata, therefore Hanumanji is happy. Sita Mata happens to communicate with Hanumanji, so therefore there is a ray of hope for Sita Mata also. Yes, Bhagavan will soon come. So Sita Mata is also happy. Hanumanji comes back and gives this message to Bhagavan, so Bhagavan also becomes happy. Sugriva is also happy, the king of all monkeys, because he could fulfill his promise given to Bhagavan. All the monkeys are also happy. Why? Because a stern warning was given to all the monkeys. If you don't come back with this information about Sita Mata, everyone will be beheaded, you will be killed. So all the monkeys are also happy. Right? Vibhishna was also happy because he was living a hellish life in Lanka. Hanumanji says, just come and surrender to Bhagavan. And he does it also in this canto. So Vibhishna was also happy. Swami, what about Ravana? Actually speaking, Ravana was also happy. See, the Ravana of Tulsi Ramana is a very decent fellow. Okay. That is the beauty of Tulsi Ramana. Everything is sweet in this. Even the villain is also. Externally he may be harsh and cruel, but internally he is very sweet. You know this Ravana of Tulsi Ramana. We all know that Ravana was the incarnation of that Jaya Vijaya, Ravana and Kumbhakar. So he was a great devotee only. Because of some curse he happened to be this. Because of the curse of Sanakadi Rishis. So this Ravana. Of course, throughout Ramayana it is not told anyway. Somewhere it is mentioned, I think. Ravana thinks, in this Rakshasa body I will never be able to get liberation. If at all I have to get liberation, there is only one way. What is the way? Bhagavan has to kill me. So I should do something by which Bhagavan will kill me. It seems that is the reason why he did all this. Okay. And it is said that when he kidnaps Sita Mata, he prostrates to her because he knew that it is Mother of the universe. Okay. So, in a way, Ravana was also happy. Because very soon Bhagavan is going to come and get him. So the point is this. This Sundara Kanda is Sundar because everybody becomes happy. Okay. Right. So now let us enter into this Sundara Kanda with a small introduction. So before entering into Sundara Kanda, a little bit of the previous canto, which is called as Kishkindha Kanda. So what happens there? Sampati. Who is Sampati? Jatayu's elder brother or younger brother? Elder brother. So Sampati, he is the one who finds where Sita Mata is. He says, I can very clearly see, because I am a vulture, I can see long distance. I I can very clearly see that Sita Mata is there in Ravana's Lanka, and Ravana's Lanka is upon the Trikuta mountain. Upon the mountain there is an Ashoka Vatika. Under this Ashoka tree, Sita Mata is seated, full of grief. It is Sampati who gives this information. So how far is Lanka? So according to Tulsi Ramayana, it is 100 yojana, which is 800 miles. Let us not get into all those calculations. So I can very clearly see Sita Mata. Now the question is, who will cross over this ocean? So therefore, Jambavan the bear, he started asking, who can do this? So all those monkeys, some of them said, I can jump 50 meter, 100 meter, 1 kilometer, 10 kilometers. Angad said, I can jump, I can reach there also, but there is no guarantee that I will come back. So everybody was quiet. It is at this time that Jambavan's eyes fell upon Hanumanji. What was he doing? He was sitting in a corner like an ordinary monkey, never claiming that I will do it. No, sitting in a corner, as though he was a good for nothing fellow. So at that time, Jambavan comes near Hanumanji and he speaks these words. You don't have to have a book. If it is there, it is good. Otherwise, you have to just listen. Okay? Kahairi chapati suno Hanumana Kachup sadhi rahe balavana. This is from Kishkinda Kanda. We have not yet entered Sundara Kanda. So Jambavan said, Hanuman, why are you quiet? Pavana tanaya bala Pavana samana Viveka vigyana nidhana. Hanuman, you are the son of wind god, Vayudevata. Bala Pavana samana. Your strength is like the strength of wind. And Nidhana, you are a treasure of Buddhi, Viveka, Vigyan. You are an embodiment of spiritual wisdom. You are an embodiment of intelligence, of discrimination. And you are quiet. So in short, you are an embodiment of strength and wisdom. Kavan so kaaj kathin jag mahi jo nahi hoi tat tum pahi. Hanuman, what is that which you cannot do? Even when Jambavan was praising Hanumanji, he was quiet. Nothing happened. What is our condition? When somebody praises us, our egos start bloating. So, nothing happened to Hanumanji. This is the glory. This is true humility. But then, Jambavan makes one statement which triggers off Hanumanji. What is that one statement? Ram kaaj lagi tava avatara. There you are. Hanuman, do you know why you are born? You are not born to achieve some egoistic goals. Eat, drink, marry. No. You are born to do what you call, to serve the Lord, to accomplish His goal. this statement was made, see the effect of Hanumanji. Sunatahi bhayavu parvatakara. The moment Hanumanji heard this, that I am born to serve the Lord, he started growing in size. How big? Parvatakara, like a huge mountain. Kanaka Baranatana Tej Viraja. And the body, what kind of body? Kanaka Varna. Kanaka means gold. The whole body started shining like gold. Manahu Apara Girinikaras Raja. And it appeared as though Hanumanji was a king among all mountains. Big, huge. Sinhanad Kari Barahi Bara. He roared like a lion. Simhana. Then you know what he said? Jambavan, crossing this ocean? Leelahi Naghav Jalanidhikara. This ocean, just like a sport, I can cross over. It is just a puddle of water. What are you talking? Crossing this ocean? It is nothing. Not only that I will cross this ocean. Sahita Sahaya Ravana Himani. I don't need any help. I will kill that Ravana along with his entire army. Anam Iha Trikuta Upari. And I will uproot the entire Trikuta mountain along with Lanka. So Lanka is upon Trikuta mountain. Okay. I will uproot the entire Trikuta mountain and bring it here. Jambavan, tell me, what am I supposed to do? This task which you are getting is nothing. Now, these are all the passages which you have to understand it very carefully, because misunderstanding is very easy. It may appear that Hanumanji is arrogant here. Is it arrogance? See, many times we get confused between arrogance and self-confidence. See, Hanumanji is very clear. Left to myself, I am nothing. I am nothing. I know nothing. I have nothing. I can do nothing. This clarity Hanumanji has. Now see, these are all the lessons which we have to learn, because the same situation we all go through. We have a challenge in front. Every one of us, we have varieties of challenges. What should be our attitude towards these challenges? This lesson we have to learn from Hanumanji. Left to myself, I am a nobody. But if Bhagavan is with me, then I can achieve anything. That is the message. Left to myself, I am nothing. But if I am empowered by the Lord, if Bhagavan is with me, He can make me do anything. So who is the doer? Bhagavan. This is the message here. If Bhagavan is with me, there is nothing which is impossible for me. And because it is Bhagavan's work, Ramakaj, so therefore who has to empower me? Bhagavan himself has to empower me, because it is his work. I am only his instrument. If Bhagavan has chosen me as an instrument to do his job, then I know whatever be the task, I will have no difficulty. Physical strength will come to me. Knowledge will come to me. Resources will come to me. I will not lack anything because omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent Lord is with me. Omniscient means what? All-knowing. Omnipresent, present everywhere. Omnipotent, all-powerful. So this has to be understood. This arrogance and self-confidence appear to be similar terms. But self-confidence is a virtue, arrogance is a vice. What is the difference? In self-confidence, this knowledge is always there. Left to myself, I am a nobody, but with the help of God, I can achieve anything. That is called as self-confidence. What is arrogance? I don't need God. I can do anything. That is a vice. It is not a virtue. Right. Again, humility and inferiority complex, they appear to be similar. A humble person also says, I am a nobody. A person who has inferiority complex, he also says, I am a nobody. But inferiority complex is a vice, is a negative trait. Humility is a positive trait. In inferiority complex, he says, I am a nobody. But in the society, there are a lot of somebodies. Today I am a nobody. Tomorrow I will become a somebody. He is unhappy that he is a nobody. And in his eyes, there are so many somebodies. Somebody means people who are successful, great achievers. So he is sad that he is a nobody. That is inferiority complex. What about humility? I am a nobody, and I know that everybody is a nobody. There is nobody who is a somebody. Because all the power, energy, everything belongs to God. The life in me belongs to God. The talents and abilities belong to God. The resources belong to God. The inspiration belongs to God. The world belongs to God. Everything belongs to God. Then who am I then? I am a double zero. And not only it is true for me, it is true with everyone. This is called humility. And a person who is humble, he is in touch with the realities of life. Therefore, he is ever cheerful. Those who are ever in touch with the realities of life, they are always happy. Truth and happiness, they always go together. Illusion and misery, they always go together. So whenever we are miserable, know for sure that you are deviating from truth. Misery and truth, they cannot go together. That is why Bhagavad Gita starts. How does Bhagavad Gita starts? Gatasun agatasunschya na anusochanti panditaha. The wise people don't grieve. This is where Bhagavad Gita starts. Because grief and wisdom, they cannot go together. Wisdom should always result in peace. Peace, strength, wisdom, clarity, they all go together. Ignorance and sorrow, they always go together. So Krishna laughs at Arjuna because first chapter Arjuna was giving advice to Krishna. He says, Arjuna, Ashochanam vachochastvam prajnavadansya bhashase. You speak great words of wisdom and you are grieving. On one side you are posing as though you are wise. On the other side you are crying and weeping. You are literally collapsing on the chariot. You are so weak. You are not even able to hold that Gandiva, the bow. This itself is a proof that your understanding is all misplaced, it is all erroneous. This is how Bhagavad Gita starts, proving that Arjuna, you are wrong. The very fact that you are grieving shows that you are wrong. Whatever you are seeing is not knowledge, it is nothing but ignorance under the deception of knowledge. Right. So coming back. So here Hanumanji's confidence is not born out of arrogance. We have to understand this. Though the words may appear so, that I can do this, that, etc., there the I is not there actually. He's saying, if Bhagavan wills, he can make me do anything, and nothing is impossible for me if Bhagavan is with me. So Jambavan, what is it that I have to do? So at that time Jambavan says, no, don't do all that. Uprooting Trikuta mountain and bringing, killing Ravana, don't do all that. Hanuman, I will tell you the bigger picture. There is a purpose for which all these leelas are done. What is the purpose? You just go and bring the message of Sita Mata. I know you can do it. The rest Bhagavan will do. He will take the monkeys across the ocean. He will kill Ravana and bring Sita Mata back. And in this process, lot of leelas Bhagavan will do. Lot of noble virtues of Bhagavan will be expressed through his action, through his words. And these glories of Bhagavan will be sung by the great devotees like Narada Rishi. And these glories, when a common man listens to these glories, his heart will be filled with love and devotion for God. And this love and devotion will help the minds of the people to get focused upon the lotus feet of the Lord. And once the mind is focused upon the lotus feet of the Lord, they become liberated from this samsara. Because to get liberated from this birth-death cycle, the one most important thing is devotion for God. Tesham ham samudharta mrityu samsara sagara bhavami nachirag partha mai aveshita chetasa. Those people who fix their mind upon me, I lift them from the ocean of transmigration. So this is the promise given by the Lord. But to fix the mind upon the Lord, what is the most essential thing? Devotion. You see, concentration becomes natural where there is love. Yes or no? Whenever the mind is filled with love for someone, meditating upon that person becomes very easy. Wherever there is love, fixing the mind becomes easy. Wherever there is love, concentration is very easy. Ask these grandparents to concentrate upon grandchildren. Very easy. In fact, they find it difficult to withdraw their mind. Isn't it? Wherever there is love, concentration becomes natural. Children say, I am not able to concentrate upon studies. Why? There is no love. Concentration and love, they go together. The fellow is able to concentrate upon sports and all that. So the problem is not lack of concentration. The problem is lack of love for the subject. So, Jambavan said, Hanuman, you have to understand the bigger picture. All these leelas are done so that common man can have devotion for the Lord. And this devotion is absolutely essential to liberate them. And when Hanumanji heard this, he was so happy. With this, Sundara Kanda begins. Okay, so now, as our invocation verse, we will chant the third verse where Bhagavan is glorified and Bhakta is glorified. A very famous verse. Prostrating unto Hanumanji. So in Sundara Kanda, the main hero is Hanumanji only. And Hanumanji is a representative of each and every one of us, the Jivatmas. Repeat once. Atulita baladhamam hema shailabhadeham Danujavana krishanam Jnaninam agraganyam Sakala guna nidhanam Vanaranam adhisham Raghupati priya bhaktam Vatajatam namami Raghupati priya bhaktam Vatajatam namami Can we chant it together? Atulita baladhamam hema shailabhadeham Danujavana krishanam Sakala guna nidhanam Vanaranam adhisham Raghupati priya bhaktam Vatajatam namami Raghupati priya bhaktam Vatajatam namami. Yes, namami. My prostrations unto whom? Vatajatam. Vata means what? Wind. Jatam, born of. So Vayuputra. My prostrations unto Vayuputra, Hanuman. Who is he? So each term is a description of Hanumanji. Atulita baladhamam. Dhamam. Dhamam means an abode. Abode of what? Balam. How much balam? Atulita balam. Atulita means what? Immeasurable, infinite, an abode of infinite strength. Atulita baladhamam. Hema shaila abha deham. Deham, body. What kind of body? Abha. Abha means shining. Shining Abha. Shaila means what? Mountain. Hema means what? Gold. So the body shining like a mountain of gold. Danuja vana krishanam. Krishanam means fire. Vana means forest. Danuja means Rakshasas. So how will you explain? The one who is like fire for the forest of Rakshasas. Just like how this forest fire destroys the entire forest in no time. In the same way, Hanumanji destroyed these Rakshasas easily, effortlessly. Jnaninam agraganyam. Agraganyam. Agraganyam means foremost, the best, Jnaninam, among the wise people. Sakala guna nidhanam. Nidhanam, a treasure house. Sakala guna, all virtues. Is a treasure house of all virtues. Vanaranam adhisham. Adhisham, king, ruler of Vanaras. But a question may come. So Griva is the king How come Hanumanji is the king? So Guruji gave a beautiful answer. He said, Sugriva only ruled the land, but Hanumanji ruled the hearts of the monkeys. So who is the true ruler? The political ruler or the heart ruler? The one who rules the heart, he is the real ruler. So Hanumanji was loved by everyone, revered by everyone. So therefore, Hanumanji was a true ruler of all the monkeys. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam, the one who was extremely dear to Raghupati, Bhagavan. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam, Vadajatam Namami, my prostration unto that Vayuputra Hanuman. Now, this verse also means the glory of Bhagavan. So when more and more we bow down to the Lord, surrender unto the Lord, this is what is going to happen in our life. This is the spiritual message of this verse. What happens to you? Heva Shaila Bhadeham. You stand apart, shine out, stand tall among the ordinary ones. The ordinary people, they have no devotion for God. The moment you start developing devotion for God, the moment your life becomes God-centered, this is what is going to happen. Eva Shailabadeham means what? You shine like a mountain of gold. See, so many mountains are there, and in between there is a mountain of gold. Where will your attention go? Isn't it? You, what you call, your talents, your abilities, everything grow multifold the moment you surrender unto your Creator. The moment you allow the Lord to rule you and not the ego, you stand apart in the crowd. What happens to you? Atulita baladhamam. You become an abode of strength. Dhanujavana Krishanam. What are the Rakshasas in our life? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsirya, Ahankara, Mamakara, Raga, Dvesha, lies, dislike, hatred, jealousy, revenge. They are all the Rakshasas ruling us. So what happens when we turn our attention to God? Just like the forest fire destroys the entire forest, in the same way, this devotion for God destroys all the vices, the negativities in our heart. Dhanujavana Krishna. Jnaninam agraganyam. Such a person becomes a man of wisdom. This is what happens when we live a God-centered life. Sakala guna nidhanam, you become an abode of all virtues. Vanarana adhisham, you are loved and respected by everyone. Because your thoughts are noble, your words are sweet, your actions are selfless, meant for the welfare of all. So what happens to you when you live in this society? You are loved by everyone. You are respected by everyone. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam. And then you start experiencing His presence in your heart. How do I know that Bhagavan loves me? When your mind is peaceful, you know it. When your mind is disturbed, that means you are not in tune with Him. What is the proof that Bhagavan is pleased with me? Peace of mind is the proof. When Bhagavan is pleased with me, my mind will be peaceful, cheerful, happy, joyful. Whenever I do something wrong, something adharmic, something unrighteous. What happens to the state of the mind? The mind becomes disturbed. Every disturbance of the mind is a proof that I am deviating from God. So that's why Puja Gurudev used to say, sin is not in action, it is in reaction. After performing the action, what is the state of your mind? That will prove whether what you have done is punya or papa karma. If it is a papa karma, there is a disturbance of mind. Action may be good. If the intention behind that action is egoistic, selfish, then that action becomes papa karma. And how do you know that it's a papa karma? Mind gets disturbed. Right. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam. So as you live a God-centered life, you are truly guided by God from within. What is right, what is wrong, what you should do, what you should not do, what is Swadharma, what is Paradharma. Everything from within that guidance comes. Intuitively you know that sense of intuition starts growing as you start inching towards God. You are in tune with Him. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam. So these are all the things which a seeker experiences as he walks the path of spirituality. So therefore this is a beautiful verse. So invocation verse, we will chant this and then continue our discussion. Right. Now, coming back to the story. So Hanumanji was very happy when Jambavan shared his vision of the totality. Hanuman, there is a bigger purpose. Bhagavan has taken avatar in order to liberate the suffering beings from this world. This is the purpose. So that he is doing Leela. It is not to kill Ravana and all. One lightning is enough to kill Ravana. Bhagavan need not take avatar and all that. There is a bigger purpose. The purpose is to show the erring humanity the right path, the path of devotion, and to liberate them. And what happened when Hanumanji heard this? So see the first line of Sundara Kanda. Jamavant ke bachana suhai suni Hanumant daya ati bhai. When Hanumanji heard this, ati bhai, so happy, extremely happy. And then Hanumanji said, okay, now I'm going to go. Oh my dear friends, stay back. I'm going now. Wait till I come back. Survive on fruits and roots. Very soon I'm going to come back. And it's a very nice statement which Hanumanji says here. Koi kaj mohi harsh visheshi. I am definite that I am going to succeed in my task, because there is a tremendous amount of joy, there is a tremendous amount of inspiration that is welling in my heart. That itself is a proof that I am going to succeed. This is another beautiful thing. Inspiration is something which you can't create. Can you generate inspiration? If you are inspired, you are inspired. If you are not inspired, you are not inspired. You see? Many times we take credit for our recognitions, awards, rewards, hard work, etc. Arey Baba, you did hard work. But before hard work, something has to come. What is that? Inspiration. Tell me, how were you inspired? We don't know. From where that inspiration is coming from? We don't know. Hanumanji says, very fact that my heart is filled with inspiration, heart is filled with joy, this itself shows that Bhagavan has made me his instrument to perform his task. And then what did Hanumanji do? He bowed down in front of everyone. There was absolutely no arrogance. The arrogance that, see, I am the chosen one among all these monkeys. Bhagavan chose me. That is also kind of ego only. He prostrated in front of everyone. And then what did he do? Chalayo harashinya dhari raghunatha. And he proceeded remembering the Lord, keeping the Lord in his heart. Now you will always find, this is one great thing about Hanumanji. Whenever he is going to do anything, he will first remember the Lord. Right. And then he proceeded towards one hillock. And the name of that hillock is Mahendrachala mountain. Mahendrachala. He climbed on top of that mountain. Again, Bar Raghubir Sambhari. Again he remembered that Lord. Bar, again and again. You see. And then he leapt from that mountain. Launched himself. Okay. Now, there is a beautiful statement here. This is a very famous statement. Jimi amokh raghupati karvana, ehi bhanti chaleyo Hanumana. Now Hanumanji is flying. How was he flying? So a comparison is made. What is a comparison? Jimi amokh raghupati karvana. Bana means what? Arrow. So just like the arrow shot by that Lord, it is amok. Amok means infallible. It can never fail. So just like Bhagavan's arrow never fails, in the same way, Hanumanji flew as though he was an arrow shot by the Lord. Now this is a beautiful comparison because the shooter is not seen, it is only the arrow which is seen. Everything regarding the arrow is decided by whom? Not by the arrow, but by the shooter of the arrow. And the shooter of the arrow is not at all in the scene. What hits the target? Arrow. You see, where is the shooter? Is not seen. Who decides, who chooses the arrow? The shooter. Who chooses the direction of the arrow? Who chooses the speed of the arrow? Who chooses the target? Shooter. The role of arrow is nothing. What should the arrow say? I am nothing. I know nothing. I have nothing. I can do nothing. This is a statement to be made by the arrow. But it is this arrow which pierces the target. So whom should the arrow give credit to? The shooter. But generally we, the arrows, what do we do? Everything happened because of me. I. All our problems in life is because of this I, this ego. All our sufferings. If we can just remove this ego from our life, all the sufferings will just vanish. And here is Hanumanji doing unbelievable task, but not even the slightest trace of ego is there in him. It is Bhagavan who is doing everything. I am just an instrument in his hand. Ahankara vimudhatma karta ahamiti manyate. There is no aham at all. Bhagavan's work, Bhagavan is doing. And he is empowering. I am not there at all in the picture. Absolute self-effacement. And naturally, when we can become such an instrument in the hand of the Lord, then what happens? Bhagavan starts functioning through us, and Bhagavan does everything, whatever has to be done. What is the proof that ego is involved in our action? Tension, worry, stress, strain. These are all the indications of the ego. Somewhere deep down we feel that I am responsible for everything. You see, that I is the problem. And to the extent you can do this self-effacement, you will find that all this stress, worry, anxiety, everything will start coming down. This is one of the proof that you are evolving spiritually. What is the proof that I am evolving spiritually? I am able to take up responsibilities. I am doing work also. Hard work is going on, but at the mind level, there is peace. Right. So this is what we have learned from Hanumanji. This is how we have to do. Not running away from responsibilities. Here Hanumanji you don't find taking up the path of escapism. It is not escapism. He does everything, whatever has to be done. Duty is responsible, he does it. But at the same time, understanding is, it is Bhagavan who is doing it. So now, Hanumanji is flying. Now in this flight, he encounters 3 obstacles. What are the obstacles? Obstacle number 1, Mainaka. Obstacle number 2, Surasa. Obstacle number 3,
Simhika.
Very good, Simhika. So, when Hanumanji was flying, so Samudra Devata or Varuna Devata, he felt, Hari, Hanumanji is going to do our job. Because Ravana was the ruler of the 3 worlds. He was against Devatas. So Bhagavan has taken avatar to kill this Ravana. So Hanumanji is a messenger. So we must also do something. It's a big, long journey which he has taken up. So therefore he will need some rest. So I must provide something for him. So he calls this Mainaka mountain. So Mainaka mountain was hidden under that ocean. And this mountain could fly. So there is a story there. Once upon a time, all these mountains could fly. So then what happened? A major tragedy started happening. These mountains would land upon human settlements and people would get crushed. So therefore, some of them went and complained to Indra Devata. So Indra Devata decided to chop the wings of all these mountains with his weapon. What is his weapon? Vajra, thunderbolt. So he was chopping. So Mainaka Parvata saw this. So then this Mainaka Parvata hid under this ocean. So thus Mainaka Parvata escaped from being chopped. So Mainaka Parvata was grateful to the ocean, Samudra Devata. So then Samudra Devata called this Mainaka mountain. Hey, come out. Now this Mainaka mountain is a flying 5-star hotel. Nowadays it's 7-star, is it? Whatever star it may be. Multi-star hotel, okay. Whatever you want, it is available there. Eat, drink, refreshment, entertainment, everything was there. And it could fly also. So Samudra Devata said, "Oh Mainaka, go! Bhagwan's messenger is going. He may need some rest. So please offer your services." So Mainaka Parvata goes. "Hanumanji, please take some rest before leaving." So then what did Hanumanji say? Hanumanji just touched Mainaka mountain and said, "Ramo Kaju ki ne bino mohi kaha vishram." This is also like very famous. Till I finish Bhagwan's job, where is the question of rest? Hanumanji thanked Mainaka for that offer, but he did not accept it, he continued. So you'll find that Hanumanji doesn't eat, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't drink any water. Tirelessly he goes on till he accomplishes his task. That was a kind of inspiration which Hanumanji had. Okay, so the first obstacle is over. Now comes the second obstacle. So these Devatas, they were doubtful. How can this monkey do such a big task? It is literally impossible. The task which he has undertaken is almost difficult to accomplish. Will this monkey be able to do that? Devatas were having doubt. You know why this task was difficult? Number one, you have to cross this ocean. That itself is a use. Number two, even if you reach there, there is this Trikuta mountain which is a huge one. Number three, even if you climb the mountain, there is a huge wall, the compound wall, huge one. You have to cross over that. Even if you cross over, there is this Sena, the army of these Rakshasas who are guarding it. Very difficult. You will see how strongly this is. Lanka was guarded, you can see. Even a mosquito could not enter Lanka. That was a kind of security they had. Now, even if he enters, he will have to search for Sita Mata. It's very difficult. Ravana would not have kept Sita Mata somewhere in the open. He will have to search and he can't ask anyone. This is another thing. Because he is a spy. A spy cannot ask. So we have to find Sita Mata. Even if we find Sita Mata is not going to trust him. Because she is in a mode where she just will not trust anyone. Because according to her, everybody there is a Rakshasa, a spy of Ravana. So she will not trust. So he will have to win the confidence of Sita. Again, he cannot come near Sita Mata because Rakshasas are there protecting. Finally, even if he gives a message, he will have to come back. So, every stage there are so much difficulties. It was almost an impossible task. How can this monkey do it? So therefore, Devatas had their own doubts. So therefore, they decided to test Hanuman. So they send, who do they send? Surasa. Surasa is supposed to be here, the mother of all snakes. Surasa is sent. So Surasa comes in front and says, "Oh, I am so lucky. Devatas have sent me a wonderful feast. I am going to eat you now." Surasa comes. Hanumanji understands that this is sent by Devatas. Because she herself is telling this. So Hanumanji understands, says, "Oh mother, please leave me alone. I will finish my job and then I will enter into your mouth." He said, No, I am not going to leave you. Then Hanumanji starts becoming bigger. Her mouth also equally bigger. So all the measurements are given. 8 yojana, 16 yojana. 32 yojana, 64 yojana. And it went on and on and on. Hanumanji understood, this is sheer waste of time. And I have no time to waste. Immediately he becomes small, enters into her mouth and leaves. And when he leaves, Surasa blesses embodiment of strength, and you are also an embodiment of wisdom. May God bless you. See, blesses Hanumanji, and Hanumanji continues. A lot of spiritual messages there, we will discuss it tomorrow. I think time is up also, just 5 more minutes. We will sing a bhajan and then wind up. So next we have Simhika. Okay, we will handle Simhika tomorrow. So till then let Hanumanji fly. Gurudevaya namo namo. Gurudevaya namo namo. He Parameshwar namo namo. He Parameshwar namo namo. Gurudevaya namo namo. Gurudevaya namo namo. Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara Rupa. Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara Rupa. Trimurti Rupa namo namo. Trimurti Rupa namo namo. Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara Rupa. Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara Rupa. Trimurti Rupa namo namo. Trimurti Rupa namo namo. Trigunatita namo namo. Trigunatita namo namo. Trilokanatha namo namo. Trilokanatha namo namo. Gurudevaya namo namo. Gurudevaya namo namo. Bhavatita bhagya vidhata. Bhavatita bhagya vidhata. Bhava bhaya harana namo namo. Bhava bhaya harana namo namo. Bhavatita bhagya vidhata. Bhavatita bhagya vidhata. Bhava bhaya harana namo namo. Bhava bhaya harana namo namo. Ananda Rupa namo namo.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय